Hi, I'm Taya Anderson, Bold Soul Life Coach, and here I am making another impromptu video while I'm out having a lovely day at the Seven Sisters Cliffs in Sussex, which you can see behind me, and lucky the sun's just come out. So today I wanted to talk about something that I know people struggle with, especially when you have to run your own business and be self-motivated, which is, when do you know when to really push on and make yourself get the work done? And when are those times where you need to actually find a bit more balance and take time out and have a bit of self-nurture? Now I think those two sides of things actually have quite a lot of masculine and feminine energy about them. Not that they're specifically male or specifically female per se, but let me tell you a bit more about that. So I think the feminine way of doing things, perhaps of doing business and lots of other things in life, is much more to tune in and listen intuitively to what you feel you need to be creating or doing that day. And when the feminine aspect of this is really balanced and in harmony, it also can really help you to listen to yourself. And I know many women really have struggled with that in our culture, which tells us that we should kind of be robots and work 9 till 5, and that if anything else is going on with us, we should just be able to ignore that and put it to one side. So there is also a side though where the feminine can be out of balance, which is when perhaps we become a little bit too flaky and a little bit ungrounded, especially if personal issues of confidence or motivation are getting in the way of you running your business or your life. So it's really important to have that balance with the masculine side. And I'd say that the positive masculine helps us to strategize and to plan and to meet those deadlines and to do things despite how we're feeling. So if the masculine energy within you takes over a period of time, you might be hugely productive, but what you might find is that you get very tired or you lose connection with yourself, and it can feel like your true creativity or your emotions or your health don't actually matter because productivity is the king. So for me personally, I think I have worked really hard over a number of years to try and find the balance between the two. And it's not an easy thing to always find. I believe that that masculine energy in me can support and contain the intuitive and creative feminine within. So what that means for me is it really helps me to plan and schedule my week and think about all that I want to create and produce in terms of what the feminine in me wants to express and creatively put out into the world. And when I need a bit of a break, that gets scheduled in. But if I also need a bit of a spontaneous break or something unscheduled or unplanned is going on within me, the masculine side of me can then change the plan and adapt and adopt it to what I need. So the question maybe for you is, how can you integrate this and use this on a daily basis? What happens if you wake up in the morning and you're wrestling with a few things? You know, one part of you is feeling a bit tired and unmotivated or overwhelmed or not sure what you're doing with your business that day, but the other side of you is really wanting to push through and get on and make those plans happen. And which part do you listen to on any given day? Is it more important to listen to yourself and take that rest that you might need, or to have a bit of time sitting in a field or a cafe and making some plans? Or should you really be pushing on that day? Well, there's no exact answer, and it's always a case of experimentation, and it might be that you do a little bit of both. Now, I would always recommend tuning in to the various options within yourself, almost as if there are two paths stretching ahead. So, for example, what if you choose to, if you have the time and the space to stay in bed that morning and scribble into your notepad and give yourself a bit of space, where do you instinctively, intuitively feel that will take you? Where can you see your day going with that side of things? Perhaps you take that rest and that break you need and you have the best ideas you've ever had in your life. Or perhaps by lunchtime you feel that the day maybe has been a bit of a waste for you and you didn't really need it. On the other side, what happens if you push through with those plans? What can you see happening if you really listen to yourself? And of course nobody really knows the future, but say the masculine leads that day, can you see yourself being super productive? Is that your sense of what's going to happen? Or are you actually going to feel more tired and more in need of a break and not actually be that productive because actually what you needed was a rest? So you can read much more about this in my blog, but I hope that's given you a bit of food for thought. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll talk to you all again soon. Take care. Bye bye.